Breakdown. I am your host today, Corey McGarvey, and we've got two of our regulars back. Good old Thor's meaner cousin, aka Josh Mallory. Welcome, Josh.
What's going on? It's good to be back.
Glad to be back. We had a nice little vacation from the show with me out for a couple of weeks. And our other regular contributor, Mr. Black Flash himself, Keon. Welcome back, my friend.
Hi.
And just scroll through our opening credits here. So our first topic is Deathstroke. It appears to be showing up in the DCEU. What do you guys think about this?
I'm intrigued to see which movie he actually pops up in. I'm hearing he might have a little cameo in the Justice League film, so I'm excited to see him come, and as long as they don't get Matt Damon to play him, which a lot of people is around the Facebook world, a lot of people ask him to get Matt Damon to play Deathstroke. I'd be happy to see him, but not Matt Damon in that role.
No, they need somebody else. Maybe Viggo Mortensen would do a good job. He definitely has the accent and everything like that, and can definitely play a badass character. But definitely not Matt Damon. If they bring Matt Damon in the DCEU, I say he's got to be. Hell, they could actually make him Hal Jordan. He'd actually be a halfway decent Hal Jordan, but.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Definitely not Deathstroke.
I think it's going to be. It's interesting. First of all, why even in a cameo capacity he would be showing up in Justice League. I like the thought of him just showing up for Suicide Squad. I don't like any of the rumors suggesting he's going to be the main antagonist in the Batman film. Just have him pop up for Suicide Squad as the main villain for that, which he probably should have been for the first movie, but whatever.
Definitely, he should have been the main villain, or him, or any non-superpowered magical entity should have been the main character for Suicide Squad. But Deathstroke in the DCEU, great.
Well, originally he was supposed to be the main villain in the Suicide Squad movie, but they changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, when they first started talking about that movie, I had heard Deathstroke's name being put out a lot, and there was a time where I actually thought Sky Eastwood was playing him, but they nixed that right away and said he was doing something else. And I was like, okay, well that seems pretty cool. The one thing I'll say about it though maybe they pulled back on that because they already had that contract killer type in there already in Deadshot. So maybe they didn't want to have two guys with sort of similar types or whatever conflicting like that at the time. I mean, that doesn't make much sense in Suicide Squad 2 because you would still have the same two type of guys, but
yeah.
Well, maybe having Deathstroke be an underling to the main villain would be a good idea. That wouldn't be as bad, but still, Deathstroke coming into the DCEU, great. I'm glad for it. I'm just sorry they took it out of the TV universe. They took Deathstroke out of the TV universe to do it. No more Manu Bennett playing Deathstroke. I'd love to see Manu Bennett come back as Deathstroke, even in the DCEU. Which, I'm sorry,
I just hope they
happen.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I hope they just don't force them into a movie just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? If they do it right, I'm all for it. But I just don't want them to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Well, they had to do that. They had to do that. Like taking him out of the TV universe or whatever. They had to have done that with the thought of him playing some sort of a prominent role in the movies, I guess. I guess you don't just bring him in there, do that, and bring him in here just for a cameo or even just for one movie appearance or something. So I guess he does. He has some sort of a
with the TV and movie universes being entirely separate. There was no reason to. That's the thing. There was no
Right.
reason to remove Deathstroke from TV. Same with Deadshot. There was no reason for it.
But then they're doing, but I still don't understand it though, because they're still doing what's his name? They're alluding to Green Lantern
Yep.
being in the TV universe. They're alluding to Hawk Girl and Hawkman are in the TV universe, and they're supposed to. There's rumors about one of them showing up in the Superman sequel. So what?
Yeah.
What really is their play here? Is it supposed to? Is it separate, or are they like, we're changing our mind? It's sort of.
I think they're changing their mind now, which is a good thing. And even though Amanda Waller is definitely dead in the TV universe, there's still room to bring back Deathstroke and Deadshot, because we don't actually see Deadshot die on camera. We never see Deathstroke die. Last we saw Deathstroke, he was sitting in that prison on Lian-Yu.
Right.
Deadshot was on that building that blew up, but that doesn't mean he died. How many times have we seen somebody get blown up and still be alive?
Yeah.
All right. But really, there's not a lot of information out yet about what Deathstroke's going to be doing in the DCEU. So as things progress, we'll definitely have to look. Might have to roll back to this and take another look. Although I do love the picture that I found online for this frame. Are you guys able to see it?
If they do Deathstroke like they did in Arkham Origins, I'd be cool with like a little storyline like that. But him being like the main solo villain in a Batman movie by himself, I ain't feeling that though.
No, I don't think he's a prominent enough character to really make a solo villain. I like how they used Deathstroke in Young Justice, kind of had him as an enforcer, similar to how they used Sportsmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Had them there. They were prominent villains, but they weren't the main villains. They were the enforcers for the main villains, and I liked how they ran that in the show.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving forward, Luke Cage is finally getting his own show on Netflix. What do you guys think?
It looks sweet. I like all of the the trailers and everything associated with it. It's just going to be very interesting to see how they put him in situations where it's believable that he would get his ass kicked. Something I don't know, because I don't know too much about the villain, the Cornell Stokes. I don't know too much about him. I got to go wiki him or something to see if he even eventually does have powers or something like that. But for him being the Harlem version of Kingpin, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that again. We need something a little bit more different this time around.
Yeah.
And somebody to really take on Luke.
Yeah. I think it's going to end up being a good show. I can't wait until they kind of do a few more crossovers between the other Netflix shows, and hopefully they at least allude to these guys in the MCU, because they set these shows up to be, in the same universe. So they should at least allude to them in the movies.
Yeah, they got a hint to him a little bit in Spider-Man, especially since he like based out of New York and Queens and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the trailers and stuff, like Keon said, from Luke Cage. I like the what is kind of representing and everything. A black superhero, doing his thing in the hood. Kind of give me that Meteor Man vibe, but not so cheesy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'll say this though about the connection things. You know what? I don't. It would be great. It would be great to see them allude to it more. It'd be fantastic to see somebody. It makes sense for somebody, if anybody, for like Luke Cage to pop up on an MCU movie or something like that. But just I guess right now there's such street level heroes or whatever and the others are dealing with such bigger threats and everything. It just,
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. It's just, even
I
if they
got,
did allude to it though, even if in just in passing, it just really wouldn't seem like much to me. Even still, unless you're gonna go have some scene that has Captain America literally saying, "Oh, we need to go recruit Luke Cage or something." I don't know. I don't really need to. I don't really need
yeah,
to see them
I'm
talk about
fine with it. I'm fine without it right now. But come Infinity War, they gotta be on there at least for 30 seconds or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. By the time Infinity rolls around, they definitely need to. But what I've been thinking, is more along the lines of, say they end up having some sort of chase sequence in New York or something, and Luke Cage knocks somebody out as Captain America runs past, or Daredevil does something. Just see them in the background, and they kind of go, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, like they look up and Daredevil standing on top of the building or something.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Nothing major. They don't have to have a big role. A short little cameo appearance just to kind of check
Not
in.
even the
So.
suit, or not even they superhero personas. Like even if it's just Matt Murdock helping out, like the Avengers in a court battle or something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying?
Tony Stark comes to him and pulls him in to help out with some kind of court battle. Uh,
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
do you remember? You guys remember how they used to do things on the X-Men animated series,
King. Yeah, yeah,
where if there was like what's I'm trying to think. Remember the Dark during the Phoenix Saga when things were like the world. I don't know, like the atmosphere or whatever was like tripping
and they
because of
had that
the
one
VR
scene where they
coming.
kind of like without like
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of showed the reaction to it
all the
worldwide,
heroes.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
they showed the little cameo with Spider-Man shooting his web, saving some people. Just it had nothing to do with the core conflict, but it just showed the
yeah,
effects. So that would be cool in Infinity War if
yeah. That's
Thanos
what I'm
came to
saying. Yeah,
attack. Yeah, if he came to attack Earth and something's going on, and we kind of just shoot, and they just show Luke Cage in Harlem, and something's happening there, and then he's taking care of that there. But a lot of people just suggest that they need to actually be a part of it, and I'm like, no,
No,
they
no,
don't, because we haven't even, they're not on that level yet. They just aren't. So
no, no. They're
hmm
definitely not on that level. But yeah, during Infinity Wars, maybe have some of Thanos' henchmen running through New York, and then you just have a short shot of like Daredevil, Luke Cage, some of these other smaller heroes that we're seeing in the Netflix shows or being alluded to in Agents of Shield.
yeah, yeah.
Have them doing their part on the ground while the big guns are taking on Thanos himself.
right.
Exactly.
Now I will say this though, when we get to Phase 4. Now, when we get the way I see it, when we get to Phase 4, maybe there's some sort of a little couple years time jump. By that time, superheroes are prominent in the MCU now. It's not just an Avengers. It's wide known now. So now, I think then you need to start trying to incorporate some of those people into the movies. I think then because
Yeah.
because at that time everything will be like established. You know,
Oh
See,
yeah,
you
I ain't
the
trying to get off
deepest
subject or
before.
nothing, but like they said with the new title, like it's supposed to represent an end of what has come, with the first three phases, and it's supposed to be like a dawn of a new, totally beginning of phase 4 and onward, which would lead to something like Keon saying, which would, what I'm saying, time jump or,
oh
that's
yeah, oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Who knows? Maybe the next, well, as we kind of mentioned, Matt Murdock helping out in a court battle. Maybe Cap and his team finally gets arrested again, and they actually put him on trial, and Tony Stark goes to Matt Murdock and has him be the defense attorney. That might be something kind of interesting to see.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Hell, mix She-Hulk in there too. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do Matt Murdock if you still are reluctant to get into bed with these TV characters. Introduce She-Hulk in Phase 4. Jennifer Walters.
Yeah, bring in somebody, a character that we know is going to expand out and be great. I think that they're pretty happy with how Daredevil's been going, so hopefully they do bring Matt Murdock into the MCU a little bit more. But all right, well, we've gotten a little bit off topic from the whole Luke Cage thing. It kind of did a nice little tangent, giving our theories out there. All right, so let's move on to our next topic of the day. Stranger Things. I hate to admit it, I have not made it through the entirety of season 1, mainly because of this little guy right here will not go to sleep and let me watch it. I ain't going to watch it if he's awake. So
I'm excited they finally announced season 2, you know what I'm saying? Like that the first season was pretty much like the best sci-fi television show I done probably watched since Friends, but the whole concept of the show was just terrific, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that the first season was a little bit longer, but I think they really gonna deliver a lot of new stuff on season 2, and I hope they already said that it's supposed to be a little more darker and like out there type for season 2.
Yeah, I've heard that season 2 is going to be even more intense. I've had friends of mine watching who've actually been able to watch it through all of the season, and they keep telling me that it's excellent and that I've got to watch it. Trying to get through it, but I only get to watch about 5 minutes before he wakes up again.
I haven't even seen it.
What?
Nope. No, I haven't. I'm just got so much other shit going on right now, man. It's like I'm
Even
trying to
if you
sit.
can
I'm
just
trying to.
watch episode, like you just gotta watch it. Like once you try to watch the first episode, you won't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was just gonna watch the first episode and then, you know what I'm saying, come back to it later. Man, I watched the first episode one weekend and watched the whole series in the whole day. Like it just reels you in. Like it just hooks you in. Like it's just so damn good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, it is good. I liked the little bit that I have been able to see. I can't wait to finish it. I'm hoping that maybe one of these weekends I can send him to Grandma's so I can get through it.
How many episodes is it?
8.
Okay. That's not long. You just spend the whole afternoon watching it. I don't know. Maybe it sucks because football season is here, so I'm not gonna get to it on Saturday or Sunday. That's for sure. And I work during the
It's
week,
a
so
Friday night kind of deal because there's nothing really on Friday nights anymore.
yeah, that's true.
Although Friday nights, if he gets out of the house, Friday night's the only night I ever get out. So.
Well, y'all need to check out Stranger Things. It's good as hell, and season 2 fixing do a lot of good things. So.
Well, rumor has it they've already agreed to pick up season 3.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I saw an article on it the other day. I'm not sure how legit it is, but yeah, there was an article stating that they've already started filming season 2, and Netflix is liking what they saw, so they're gonna do a season 3 right off the bat.
Yeah, it's a good ass show. It's like if you could mix something like the best film work directors from like the 80s and the 90s and just mix it all together and make a TV show or a movie based off that work, you'll get Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the I'm really glad that Netflix is willing to pick up these kind of oddball shows that end up turning out great. Like, nobody wanted to touch a Daredevil TV show until Netflix said, yeah, let's give it a shot. We'll fund the season. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're expanding it, eventually, I have a feeling that Netflix is going to end up being the Marvel network going forward. They might just take over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. entirely. And I personally wouldn't mind because the Netflix shows are better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm sorry to say.
That's why I'm a little confused as to why this Runaway show is on Hulu and not on Netflix.
Well, be on what is a Hulu exclusive?
Daddy Soda, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it doesn't, unless it's not jiving with the tone of the rest of the shows.
Go sit down.
I don't understand why that wouldn't be on Netflix too. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they might change their mind or something. I don't know.
For those of you who are watching, yes, my son was trying to drink my. All right. Well, moving along, our character of the week, the Hulk. Love the Hulk. Haven't been the greatest until we got Mark Ruffalo, but definitely the Hulk has been a staple of the Avengers since this point. What's your guys' thoughts on the Hulk?
The Hulk for me has always been one of those 50-50 characters for me. Like I like him in certain things, but overall he's never really been a character that I've been like, oh, Hulk, sweet. And I don't know why. I mean, it's probably one of the more intriguing characters, the Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing. I've always done that, but for some reason it doesn't do anything for me. And part of the reason is because he's so powerful. It's just like Superman. He's so powerful. A lot of times you have to really suspend your belief that he can be beat or anything, you know?
Oh, yeah. I fully agree with that there. But the way I look at it, the Hulk is the kind of character that you try not to bring into a battle unless there is no other choice.
Like on Avengers vs. X-Men when fucking Captain America ain't really want to bring Hulk into the fold until like he really ain't have no other choice but to bring him into the fold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that aspect of and that is one thing that is interesting about the Hulk, always has been, is the divisiveness that he poses with everybody because he's so dangerous. You have people that support him, and you have people who don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool. But again, that's in the team.
I've been up the Hulk since the old cartoon that used to come on UPN back in the day.
Yeah.
Have a ton of Incredible Hulk figures and stuff coming up, but you know, I just always liked how, you know, he was always in a battle with his inner self, you know, to kind of keep calm, and that kind of like, you know, interested me when I and everything. But you know, my dad, he loved it, so kind of that feeling kind of like rubbed off on me. But yeah, it started back then with the cartoon and everything. But Mark Ruffalo is doing with the character, and Edward Norton did his thing too, in Incredible Hulk. But I wish we could get a little more action from the Hulk, like in his own movie or whatever. But I guess time will tell with that.
I agree with you there. The Mark Ruffalo version of the Hulk definitely needs its own movie. Not an origin story, since that's been overplayed and overdone. But, you know, him trying to find himself after he left in Age of Ultron would be a good option. So, you know, him trying to find himself and trying to finally get the Hulk under control. I'd love to see it where he finally is able to control himself in that large, the Hulk form, somewhat better.
I think the potential for what's going to happen. And I'm just obviously reading tea leaves and everything, but the potential for what's going to go down in Ragnarok is cool because I think that it's going to be a situation where the Hulk kind of takes control. The Hulk himself takes control in this. Yeah, and there have been some reports that he's going to actually do some talking in this. That's why I say that, because now you've got a Hulk that's kind of voicing his opinion on the whole thing. Now I don't need puny Banner, because I was thinking like this. The Grandmaster is in this, okay? So he takes Hulk and puts him on this planet or whatever to fully let him unleash himself, and the Hulk loves this. And that's where him and Thor kind of on this buddy trip or whatever are going back and forth. I don't know. It's just it's a really cool thing for me.
Like Earth's Mightiest Hero, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero.
Yeah.
I think they should kind of do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when he looks in the mirror or he talks to Banner. You know what I'm saying? Like let Mark Ruffalo kind of fade out this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let Mark Ruffalo be the cameo and let Hulk be the main character from now on, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Because I would love to see the Hulk expand his personality. Even just going from the first movie, the Hulk actually showed, that he had the ability to do more than just be the smash guy. He knew when to save Tony Stark. He knew when to do everything that he needed to do. So
the only thing I will say about it, Hulk, it's very hard. It really is kind of hard to do a solo movie, and part of that is because I think the actors are like, okay, well, I want to do my thing as Bruce Banner, but the fans are like, look, we want to see Hulk kick some ass. And how do you strike a balance between that? Because a lot of people will tell you that he didn't get enough. The big criticism is he doesn't get enough to do. Like Josh.
Yeah.
Big moments. You know what I'm saying? As Hulk. But the actors are like, okay, but I don't want to come here and do, 20 minutes worth of acting and that's it.
Exactly.
There's got to be a little balance there. I don't know, and that's kind of hard to fit. That's kind of hard to do.
Definitely. And that's the big thing with these Hulk movies. As you said, there's got to be a balance between Banner and the Hulk in the movie, so that way the actors are happy and we can get plenty of the Hulk as well. I've noticed Mark Ruffalo, he's been all for get the Hulk with a bit more screen time. He doesn't mind having a little less time on the screen because it gives him a better chance to do Banner correctly instead of trying to force his way through Banner.
And if you can't pay the money, I wouldn't mind, being chilled out and you still getting paid, so what's the difference?
Yeah. But then again, you do have some of these actors, like, I'm going to bring this one up. This is one that I found out about just the other day. Bring up old school movie American Pie. Sean William Scott only got paid $6,000 to do that movie. He was one of the main characters, and he got paid $6,000 for the whole movie.
That's crazy.
Well, was he? That was like his. I don't know. He probably was in more stuff before that, but for me, I felt like that was like his first movie.
His first main.
Yeah, like his main movie. Yeah.
And it really was what brought him out. Keep playing.
Yeah, so I'm sure he made up the difference in the other movies.
Yeah, definitely. But he also made sure he had royalty rights. As I'm betting, for every copy sold, he got like a penny or something like that. So, hey, that's the way to do it though, because you're guaranteed to be constantly having income.
Yeah. I said some of the, but with some of these actors though, and with like Ruffalo in particular, I think, for me at least, I feel like the difference is that you get to. Maybe you're not acting as much as Banner, but you still get to act. Doesn't he still do his own motion capturing for the Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's acting right there too. That's work right
Yep.
there too.
Yep, and he also
Your
does the
face may
voice.
not be moving.
He also does all the
Yeah.
voice work of the Hulk. And then they just use CG to change it up to make it to make it the Hulk's voice. So he's still doing the lines and everything for it, and that's why he's not having a big deal with doing the split, because he also takes that time because he doesn't have to do a whole bunch for the Hulk roles. The doing the voice work doesn't take much. He just reads the lines, and he just does the motion capture. But he does take that extra time to make sure that he's doing Banner correctly as well, which is a great thing. He does a great job as Banner. He's probably, in my opinion, he's probably the best Banner we've had. Edward Norton did a damn good job, but Ruffalo's doing much better, in my opinion.
Yep. Ruffalo kind of hits on Bill Bixby's Incredible Hulk version of Bruce Banner back in the day.
Yes, he definitely does. He definitely does. I'm not sure who Norton was trying to emulate, but he did a good job. He kind of made it his own. Although I did have a kind of a flashback to American
Like
history.
Ed Norton's Banner was like, he was too cool to be Bruce Banner, in my opinion. Like, he was, I really couldn't see him as like a scientist nerd type struggling with, you know what I'm saying? He was just kind of like cool, laid back, kind of swag type.
Well, he was making me have flashbacks to American History X and Fight Club in that movie. He was acting more like Jack and whatever the heck the guy from American History X's name is that he played. It reminded me more of him because he was more laid back, more calm, more calculating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ruffalo's more paranoid take on it, which is what I would figure Bruce Banner would be. Very nervous, very paranoid, twitchy. I like that. I think that's
he seems
more along the lines of the Banner movies.
He seemed to be less twitchy in Age of Ultron, and I think part of that is due to the fact that he's starting to accept who he is, and he's also got Tony Stark watching his back along with Black Widow. So
moving forward, and after all this, if you want to see a solo movie, what do you think would be the best route for them to go? After all. Yeah. I mean, what would be the best way for them to bring a new movie out?
In my opinion,
either do a Hulk, World War Hulk movie. They gotta introduce the leader, how they kind of led us to believe at the Incredible Hulk movie.
All right, but yeah, no, Josh, that's a great idea. I like it. My opinion would be to do something where you've got the Hulk, Bruce Banner, on a trip on his own, trying to find himself. Maybe have him on a deserted island somewhere where he just lets his rage out. Kind of similar to what they're trying to do in Ragnarok, but have it still based on Earth. And he finally comes to terms with himself and is able to switch back and forth at will without having to worry about getting angry or not. So finally Bruce Banner can get angry without turning into the Hulk. That would be what I'd like to see.
Yeah, you know what? I like the idea of Planet Hulk, or not Planet Hulk, World War Hulk, in a very modified way, though. Obviously, you can't do a lot of the stuff that led up to that. But I think there needs to be a movie where everyone kind of realizes the threat that he is. Because it kind of seems, everyone seems a little laxed around him now. They do. They feel comfortable around him. And something needs to happen to where that comfort is erased. And all of a sudden, we remember, this dude is dangerous. So a modified version of World War Hulk would be really cool. And just the visuals of seeing him fight. I said this before. I need to see a live action version of the fight from Avengers, Ultimate Avengers, in the.
That fight was badass too.
It was awesome. It was just awesome. The way he broke Giant Man's knee.
Yeah.
And then him. I mean, I would love to see Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's what
I'd love to see a live action version.
And I just figured out a way to actually make it so that everybody remembers that he's dangerous as hell. He could do something to Black Widow. I know Luke's gonna want to kill me for that saying that, but they're kind of in a relationship. They could have an argument in the relationship, and Bruce loses control. Not kill Black Widow, but injure her severely, and it makes the Avengers go, "Oh shit, yeah, we really need to keep him under control."
But
Something.
with General Ross coming back in the fold on Civil War, Red Hulk gotta have some input in something.
Oh
Yeah, I forgot all about it. Yeah, I would love that. It would be cool though to see how he's been affected during Ragnarok later on. Later, at some point in Phase 4. Like I said, if he gets to unleash himself in Ragnarok and he's Hulk and he likes that, when he comes back to Earth and Widow, sees that he's back and this and that, and he's changed from that experience, then that's where that conflict that you were talking about, Corey, comes in.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, what the hell?
Well, they say it's supposed to be in Infinity War, like they say it's supposed to be like different from what we are accustomed to from the past 3 movies that we've seen him in so far. So that probably could be what they're talking about, coming from Thor's movie to Infinity War. He probably, like you said, probably his whole mind mentality has changed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Ragnarok, they keep saying this, Ragnarok is the Winter Soldier of this phase.
Yeah.
It's absolutely going to change things. So I'm interested to see how that will be, because you have to think it has to do with something with Hulk. Has to.
I think it will. I think it's definitely going to change the game going forward. I can't wait until that comes out.
Yeah,
does it not seem like our excitement for that movie has just before? I don't think a ton of people were super excited for it, right? But now it's like the excitement is like super high now for Ragnarok.
Shit, I've been
maybe
excited.
it's gonna get more stuff.
Well, obviously, you're throwing.
No, of course you have. Of course you have.
You're Thor's meaner cousin. You always want to see him in a movie.
For real. They fixing to let loose on this movie. Some shit is getting tore up.
I'm still laughing. I still laugh every time I watch the first Avengers and I see Thor get decked by the Hulk after they take out that lion thing.
Well, them two got that relationship with each other, which I like in Earth's Mightiest Heroes and the new Avengers Assemble, because them two always they challenge each other in a good way, in a playful way. You know what I'm saying? Like they can be on the couch playing video games and I'm the best at this. I like that between them two. That's why I'm glad to see Hulk in a movie with Thor and they not on Earth, so they can really tag team and cut loose with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the comedy, as people have complained about, the reports about more comedy, but I think that's right in line, actually, with what you want to do with these two.
And it just brings up the whole part where Hulk just beats the crap out of Loki and calls him a puny god. It's the fact that he can do that to an ice giant without a problem.
We'll definitely need. That was kind of, that you look back at that now, and that's kind of it seems kind of off because he does that to a god, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But in Age of Ultron, we really didn't see much of that. He could have just destroyed all of his army, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We need to see more of that. I just think we need to see. Hulk needs to be given more credible threats to fight in order for him to really, him and Thor, really.
Oh, it's coming. Thanos bring me. He coming.
Forget about Thanos. Let's not forget about Surtur.
Oh yeah.
This little supposed shot, I guess, of whatever they showed at Comic-Con of Hulk rushing towards Surtur or something like that. I want to see that.
What? Wait, I didn't hear about that.
I thought you told me about it, or maybe it was Scott. I don't know, somebody. No, they showed something, and I don't know if it was finished or nothing like that, but they just showed something of Hulk, and Surtur is like huge, and they showed Hulk rushing towards him and like leaping towards him like he was gonna punch the shit out of his face or something like that. But
oh damn, but woo, that's gonna be good right there. I can't wait to see that one, man.
oof. God, he's gonna. I don't know. Something's gonna happen in there where Hulk is like. We get back to saying Hulk is a beast.
Both him and Thor, both of them need to come hard in this next movie.
Well, that's the end of the time we have for this week. Glad to have you guys back. I'm glad that I'm back. Can't wait until we have episode 8 next week.
Episode 8 sounds like a Star Wars movie.
Hey, next week is Star Wars week. Don't forget. No matter what, I don't care if we have to do the recording at 2 a.m. We are getting Luke on the show next week.
Man, Luke be tripping, man.
You hear me, Luke? You are on the show next week. I don't care if we got to drag you out of bed at 2 in the morning to get you on the show. I will drive to your house so we can get you on the show so we can do the Star Wars episode. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.